Have you ever had that gut-wrenching feeling, that cold, sinking sensation in your stomach, when you realize the person you love most in the world is not who you thought they were? My story begins on what I thought was just another ordinary Tuesday. My wife Clara and I had been married for 8 blissful years. Or so I thought. We had a beautiful home, 2 amazing kids, and a life I wouldn't have traded for anything. We were that couple, the one our friends looked up to, high school sweethearts who made it work. I remember coming home from work that evening, tired but happy. The kids were with my parents for the night, so it was just going to be me and Clara. A rare, quiet evening together. I walked in, and she was sitting on the couch, her back to me. The TV was on, but she wasn't watching it. Her focus was entirely on her phone, held tightly in her hands. And then I saw it. A smile. Not just any smile. It was a private, radiant smile. The kind I hadn't seen directed at me in a long, long time. It was a smile meant for someone else. A smile that lit up her face in a way that made my world suddenly tilt on its axis. "Hey, honey, I'm home," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. She jumped, startled, quickly shoving her phone screen down onto the cushion beside her. "Oh, hey, you're back early," she said, her voice a little too bright. The smile was gone, replaced by a practiced, neutral expression. But I had seen it. And in that single, fleeting moment I knew. I just knew. Something was terribly wrong. That smile wasn't for a funny meme or a message from her sister. It was a secret, and I was on the outside of it. Over the next few weeks, I became a detective in my own home. I started noticing things I'd been blind to before. The way she'd angle her phone away from me. The sudden need for privacy when she took calls. Stepping out onto the porch even when it was raining. There were late nights at the office that had never happened before, and girls' nights that her friends later knew nothing about. Each little lie was a tiny crack in the foundation of our marriage. I felt like I was going crazy, second-guessing everything. Was I just being paranoid? Was I imagining it all? I wanted to believe I was. I desperately wanted to be wrong. The confrontation was inevitable. I chose a quiet Saturday morning. The kids were playing in the backyard, their laughter a stark contrast to the storm brewing inside our house. I sat across from her at the kitchen table, my heart hammering against my ribs. "Clara," I began, my voice barely a whisper. "We need to talk. Are you happy?" She looked surprised, then wary. "Of course I'm happy. Why would you ask that?" she said, but she wouldn't meet my eyes. She just kept stirring her coffee, round and round. That's when I laid it all out. The late nights, the secret phone calls, the smile. I watched as the color drained from her face. The denial came first, fast and furious. I was crazy, insecure, controlling. She threw every accusation she could think of at me, trying to deflect, to turn the tables, but I held my ground. I just calmly repeated, "Just tell me the truth, Clara. I deserve the truth." Finally, the walls crumbled. The tears came, and with them, the confession. It was a coworker. It had been going on for 6 months. 6 months. My mind reeled. Half a year of my life had been a lie. Every word she spoke was like a physical blow. He made her feel seen, alive. All the cliches I'd read about, now they were my reality. The worst part wasn't just the betrayal itself, but the casualness of it. How she could kiss me goodnight, tell me she loved me, all while her heart and her mind were with someone else. I felt a profound emptiness, a hollowness where our shared history used to be. The 8 years we'd built, the memories we'd made, all felt tainted, rewritten by this new, ugly truth. The days that followed were a blur of pain and confusion. We were living like ghosts in our own home, speaking only when necessary, the air thick with unspoken words and resentment. I looked at the mother of my children and saw a stranger. How do you move forward from that? Can you? I spent countless nights staring at the ceiling, wondering where I went wrong, replaying every argument, every moment of distance, searching for a sign I must have missed. But the truth is, sometimes there are no signs. Sometimes people just make choices that shatter the lives of those around them. The decision to separate was the hardest I've ever had to make. Telling the kids was even harder. How do you explain to a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old that mommy and daddy aren't going to live together anymore without making them feel like it's their fault? It's a conversation no parent should ever have to have. Seeing their confused, heartbroken faces is an image that will be burned into my memory forever. That was my rock bottom. But rock bottom is also a solid foundation on which you can rebuild. It's been 2 years since that day. The divorce was finalized, and we've settled into a co-parenting routine. It's not easy, but we make it work for the kids. I won't lie, there are still days when a wave of sadness or anger washes over me. Healing isn't a straight line, but I've learned so much about myself, about resilience, and about the importance of self-worth. I started therapy, which has been a lifesaver, allowing me to process the grief and betrayal in a healthy way. I've rediscovered hobbies I'd let go of and reconnected with friends I'd drifted away from. I'm focusing on being the best father I can be, creating a stable, loving environment for my children. And slowly, very slowly, I'm starting to feel like myself again. That smile I saw on her face that day, the one that collapsed my world, no longer has power over me. My world is smaller now, but it's real. It's built on a foundation of honesty and self-respect. If you're going through something similar, please know you are not alone. It feels like the end of the world, but it's not. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one you get to write for yourself. There is hope, and there is healing on the other side of the pain. Thank you so much for listening to my story. It wasn't easy to share, but I hope it can help someone out there who might be feeling lost. If you found any value in this, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. Take care of yourselves.